we're going to be doing a reaction video today to the Adam Levine drama. So, I don't know too much about it, but I've just heard some hearsay. So we're going to see what's going on. I'm not the biggest Maroon 5 fan, but, you know, Adam Levine is a talented artist and well-known, and I can respect that, but I'm not too involved in his personal life or what's going on. You know, I do know he's married and has kids, or is about to have a kid or something like that. But I hear there's some drama with another lady. Yeah, it's going around, isn't it? Is it Mercury? Something's in retrograde, something's happening, whatever it may be. But we're gonna watch these videos from the woman Sumner and see what she has to say and get some reactions about what's going on. But yeah, let's watch this and see what happens.
I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off because I've retaken this like 10 times now. Essentially, I was having an affair with a man who's married to a Victoria's Secret model. At the time, you know, I was young, I was naive, and I mean, quite frankly, I feel exploited. I wasn't in the scene like I am now, so I was definitely very easily manipulated. Maroon 5 is practically elevator music at this point, so I'm sure you know who Adam Levine is. But Adam and I were seeing each other for about a year. After I stopped talking to him over, you know, a period of months,
Okay. I'm bothered by her claiming naivety because this is a famous person, their business is well known. Yeah, even I, who am not a huge fan of them, knew he was married. Yeah, and young doesn't... We make mistakes when we're young, yes. And I think this kind of mistake is known at any age as being wrong. So I don't like how this is coming off as victim-y when she made the choice to interact with someone who has a wife and flirt with somebody who has a wife. So I'm not understanding that concept just yet. And also, she showed a little bit of the posts or the texts, and I was trying to see if I could like go back and pause because she moved just a hair. Adam Levine, it's like, it's truly unreal how fucking hot you are. Like, it blows my mind. Such a stupid guy thing to say. And she's like, I mean, I think the same. Seeing you in person was like, I'm fucked. You are 50 times hotter in person. And so am I. Ha 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 ha. Whoa. The ego bursting between the two of them. Yeah. So it almost sounds like they met up, or she saw him at a show, maybe. I don't know. But they sound stupid and ego driven. So already I have no sympathy. So let's figure out what's going on next.
he said, okay, serious question. I'm having another baby, and if it's a boy, I really want to name it Sumner. You okay with that? Dead serious. I was like, I'm in hell. Like, I have to be in hell at this point. I mean, my morals were unknowingly compromised. I was completely manipulated. I'm gonna handle this privately. I never...
Okay. Her morals were compromised. Nope. I'm having a struggle. I'm having a real struggle. She's an adult. She knows is married. And she's coming off about her morals. So I'm having some issues with some compassion and empathy here.
Like, I never wanted to come forward because obviously I know the implications that come with doing what I do, making money the way I do, and being an Instagram model. So being tied to a story like this, it's like, I know the stereotypes. I had sent some screenshots recklessly to a few friends I thought I trusted, and one of them had attempted to sell to a tabloid. So here I am.
So that was part one. Ultimately, I hated that video. She did not do herself any sort of favors. She just should have kept her mouth shut so far. She looks like a woe is me for someone who caused something in her life and made the choices to do what she did for her life. She did not show any remorse or acceptance of her part in any of this. Felt very finger-pointy blame. And she doesn't seem to be taking any ownership of her part in this, and I don't like that. So let's go on to part 2. All right, she's got another one. And it starts with, it's no secret he's been married for a decade. The only victim here is his wife and children. Accurate.
I just wanted to make a part 2. I feel like it's obviously necessary. Hindsight is 2020. I initially wanted to go in and talk about how remorseful I feel and how embarrassed and disgusted I am with myself, but I didn't want people to look at it and think like, oh, she's playing the victim. But in reality, it had the opposite effect.
First of all, her showing remorse would not put her in a position to be playing the victim. It would put her in a position to own her actions and to be taking responsibility for her actions. It would have put empathy and compassion in her corner for the wife and the children. But she's still manipulating the situation to try to make herself the victim. And she's not the victim. And no matter how manipulated or naive she feels in this, she's a grown-ass woman and she made the choice to do these things.
Now realize I didn't touch on enough was the fact that one of my friends had attempted to sell it, which I realized yesterday whenever they reached out to me for comment. And so I was completely frantic. That is why that video is, for one, just so all over the place, and two, why I didn't touch on some of the things that I initially would have liked. So in this video, I would like to address some of those things. I only came forward because I wanted to kill whatever story the tabloid had. The most important part that I did definitely gloss over is the fact that I was under the impression that their marriage was over. I believe that they were keeping it quiet to avoid the negative press because
Okay, why was she under the impression of that? Did she assume this or did he tell her? Because she's not stating that.
I said I was new to LA, so I just assumed that with celebrities of that caliber that that's just how it was. And that's why I feel exploited, because he knew I believed everything that he said because of my vulnerable position of being new to LA. Also, he was DMing me straight from his verified Instagram account. I didn't have any reason to further question it. But I now realize that that was likely a manipulation tactic of his, just hiding in plain sight.
So if she thought that, I can kind of understand maybe where she's coming from in the concept of, if he's telling her, hey, our marriage is over, we're keeping it quiet for the public until we get through this with the kids, that I could see. But honestly, she should have been like, well, I'm not prepared to try to date you or talk to you. You're still married. That would have been the morally right thing to do. However, she didn't choose to do that. So that was her choice. No matter what he's telling her or not, she still had a choice in the matter. She wasn't being pressured. She chose to talk to him, date him, whatever it is that this affair is. Flirtatious, banter, who knows? So, she still chose to be with someone that she knew technically was in a relationship, even if it was ending. Because then that would still make her the person that he can't be with in public if they're waiting. So why would you want to be in that relationship with someone like that? And if your only purpose then is because they're a celebrity to be in a relationship with them, but you're the hidden person, then still your morals are not that great. So really, in my mind, this is just shitty all around.
As soon as I had realized that was not the case, I had cut things off with him. In retrospect, I wish I would have questioned things more. I wish I wasn't so naive, but being naive is not an excuse for what I did in the role I played in this. Again, in no way was I trying to gain sympathy, and I fully realize I'm not the victim in this. I'm not the one who's really getting hurt here. It's Beati and her children, and for that I'm so, so sorry.
I don't feel like she's sorry. And that's just my personal opinion. Now, I could be wrong, and she could have totally been blindsided by all this, and he could have weaved this careful web of excuses and concerns, and this is how it has to be done, and she just doesn't know. All of that could be true. The problem I'm having is all she is focusing on is the woe is me aspect for herself. She mentions once the wife and kids and how they're the ones being hurt, instead of going, I screwed up. This is what happened. I royally fucked up. I did not foresee this happening in this manner. I did not realize that this was what's going on, and I chose to do this, and I made a poor choice. I am sorry. And she should have just left it at that instead of trying to make her side of it okay, because either way it's still not okay. She could have chose differently, and she didn't, and so now she has to deal with the consequences of that. And ultimately that is just not looking, what she's doing is not looking good for her. I don't know if she has bad representation, no representation, or what, but they need to, in my opinion, direct her differently. Just maybe stop talking. Just say I'm sorry and own her actions, and stop pointing she keeps just pointing at Adam Levine and saying, oh, it's all his fault. He manipulated me. I'm naive. She's just not taking ownership like she should, in my opinion. And if she was to do that, I think she would garner more sympathy. She would have more compassion if she really was just like, I royally screwed up. And yeah, so hopefully a lesson learned in this, and I hope his wife and children come out of this okay. It's just a sad story, sad drama. I hope that, they work through it or move on from it. So whatever's going to be best for them. I mean, he did make a statement stating that he says he didn't have an affair, that it was like a flirtatious affair, and that they are addressing it together. So we'll see how that goes for them. But yeah, it kind of sounds fishy to me. So it is what it is, the celebrity world. But yeah, if you have any comments or concerns or ideas, shares, more intel, if you're best friends with Adam Levine and you know the real talk, please let us know. But you can comment and message us, and we will definitely interact with you and see what's going on with this. So just please don't forget to subscribe and like our YouTube channel, and watch our show, The Rundown, on Thursdays at 7 p.m. And yeah, we're excited to interact with y'all and see y'all, and send in any other videos that you want me to watch and react to and have my opinion on, which is not always a liked opinion. So you get what you get. It's just me. All right. So y'all have a great night, and let me know if you come across any more drama. I will watch it. I will share, and I'll let you know what I think. Y'all have a great night.